Hey.
Welcome to the Triple F Podcast.
Welcome back to the Triple F Podcast. This is episode number
71.
71, dude.
And we're in a new location again.
New location, this time coming live from a nice
Never
home.
let them know your next move. You
Hey,
know
for
what I
real.
mean?
We
That's
be
how I feel about
We be
it.
podcasting out the bando, son.
All right. Well,
I learned because of you. I learned.
yeah,
what
I
bando
know.
was.
You guys learned what bando was.
An
like,
abandoned
recently.
house.
Yeah.
We learned that at the Green. Was that the Green?
I'm blown away, truly, by how into rap. I actually wasn't that blown away. I was like, that's crazy that you don't know, but it was like, okay,
Makes
like,
sense.
yeah, it's Josh. But you, Jeff,
Yeah.
the fact that you, in that moment, didn't know.
I knew. I was the one that brought it up because I was like, I
You
learned
just
what a
found
bando.
out,
I
and then
learned like a
Josh
couple
learned.
days before our show.
Still
That's
crazy
Moments
to
like
me.
that have been happening a lot to me recently. Ariel and I were talking about the word instant.
Who's Ariel? I'm just
My shoddy, son.
Or like the Little Mermaid, or
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was, I said the word instant. And she was like, wait, instant. She was like, is that short for like instantaneously? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, I never put that together. And then we got into an argument about whether or not it does actually mean instantaneously. And it does.
It does.
100%.
You know,
I mean,
that's-
Google will lie to you.
So that's one of those things that I never thought about. Now
It's-
that I'm thinking
yeah,
about it, I'm like,
well,
yeah,
that's
that
like
makes
how
sense. Speaking of that, dude, yesterday I was at a birthday dinner. My buddy Sonny, dude, we just like our biggest bonding moments are just screaming at each other in public about shit that doesn't matter. So yesterday,
Healthy.
no, it's good. Yesterday he was like, we've explored more of space than we have our own ocean.
Yeah.
And I was like, that
No,
can't be real.
That's not real.
It's not real. And here's why. Because I've heard this quote before. That's Carlos, by the way. Carlos, hello.
Hey, buddy. Do you have anything to say?
Whoa.
Whoa,
dude.
dude.
All right. Take
Carlos,
that.
we
Cut
know
that
you're
out,
Mexican, but get him out of
Yeah,
here, dude.
dude,
He's
the
going to talk
Patri-
like
Why do
that.
Mexicans always feel like they can use that
That's,
word?
we'll have to put that. We'll have to put this on the that one has to go on the Patreon, dude. We have to beat
Yeah.
that out.
But I was like, that's insane. There's no way. Space is infinite. There's no way that we've explored more of an infinite existing thing than the ocean that's finite. Even if it's it's still finite. Like,
Now-
we know outside of the Earth that, Jesus Christ, Carlos.
Oh, you got his balls still?
Yeah, dude. Can we see?
Dude, Carlos has huge
What
balls.
the hell? Dude? He's like a 2-pound chihuahua. His balls are 1 pound.
Yeah, for those of you listening, our
My boy's half balls.
Our new studio comes with a dog who's a small little chihuahua with a diaper and massive nuts.
Yo, what's that diaper doing? It's not covering his balls at all.
No, it's covering his cock, which is also massive.
Dude, he's got a. All right.
No, honest to God, though, Carlos, tiny cock, big old balls, though.
He's kind of reverse me. Well, no, just I have small balls and small. Yeah, let's keep going.
Did you almost say that you had a big cock? Is
Yeah,
that
I was.
real?
Then I was like, I'm not gonna
You're
do
like,
that.
no, I
brag.
can't be funny
can't-
and have a big dick.
yeah, you can't do both, dude. You get one or the other.
Yeah, you
dude.
can.
I'm gonna put this.
yeah, put him down.
He's like half a pound, dude.
I liked what you were going for, but he doesn't have. He's like me in a movie. He can't sit
Dude,
still.
yeah, dude, Matt. We went and saw Oppenheimer. Matt, I never realized how bad his ADHD was until he snuck a burrito in and then was fucking.
Okay,
You
they
would
answered-
drive me nuts.
So the
and
burrito,
checking
the
his phone,
burrito is
dude, it was
completely
crazy.
unrelated, and I did check my phone probably close to a dozen times.
Crazy.
Mind you, crazy.
It's crazy
The
to check a
movie
phone during a
was
movie.
3 hours long.
So it's
That-
a movie, dude. You
That
don't check
means
your phone in a movie.
that means that I checked my phone, and I think I'm gonna round down to 10. But for the sake of the division I'm about to do, I think a dozen is fair. That's once every 15 minutes.
That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot.
It's not that
For
much.
a movie, dude.
The movie was 3 hours long.
It was a good movie.
Nah.
Dude, I legit like.
I would be mad.
I was getting kind of frustrated.
Why? It doesn't
it's
bother
just
you
like-
at all.
It bothers.
It bothers
me.
you 'cause
It
I
would
can
bother
see
me.
it in the corner of
bothers you
my eye.
you choose to let it bother you, not because it actually affects.
It's because you're
No,
making it
it
about
would
you,
bother me.
dude. The
It's
movie
not
is
about me.
everybody, dude.
If you
But you
choose.
affected everybody. The lady next to me went.
No, she did not.
Yeah, she did.
No, she
and
did
the guy
not.
next to you definitely did too.
No, she did not. There wasn't. First off, you're wrong because there wasn't a guy next to me.
Oh, so
there
now
was a
you're-
girl
now
next
so
to
not
me.
not only are you pulling your phone out, but you're also misgendering people, dude.
I did
Whoa.
I did
Dude.
leave to go to the bathroom, and I came back and I accidentally nudged the seat in front of me, and an old lady went and looked back at me, and dude, let me tell you what, this close. I was this close to getting this. I have ADHD, dude.
I will shush a fucking baby in a movie. Any
Well, that
noise,
makes sense.
Any noise, anything that distracts me. I shushed a father and daughter in a movie once because the daughter asked the dad what a word meant, and I went, "This isn't vocab lessons time."
Whoa. See, that's
I hate
next
it.
level, bro.
I hate it, dude. I hate when people go to a movie and just can't shut the fuck up
Do you
and watch
remember
the
going
movie.
to movies as like a young teenager when you were like 13,
Yeah,
14?
we were just trying
It was
to
like a
finger
date?
someone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
There was a 13, 14-ish year old looking girl in the aisle with me.
And you didn't even try to finger her once.
With us. No, of course not. That's insane for you to say.
You didn't even go for it once.
And even then I was like, this bitch is too young to be at Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Why are you
was
here?
it rated R? It had to have been.
Yeah, there were tits all over it.
You're right. That lady, they did show titties.
There was one where she was like riding.
Did you know
him.
that's the rule? That's the rule with rated R movies. You get if it's PG-13, you get one F word. This
Really?
is true. Yeah. If you say if you say fuck more than once, it's then rated R.
You can show butts in PG-13 too, but you can't show tits.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Not female tits. You can show man tits.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The good kind.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, don't get mad at me, dude. I have ADHD. It's tough.
So do I.
It's hard. No,
Which is why
listen.
I can't. No, trust me.
You might have ADD.
I have ADHD.
You are not. You are the least hyperactive human being I've ever met in my life.
Let
me tell you
That's
this
actually.
much.
I'm not fully convinced on this
I have
either.
ADHD.
Jay.
Yeah, let me tell
I'm
you this
diagnosed,
much.
playa. What
Listen,
are you talking about?
Yeah, but everybody was diagnosed in 2003. That's just how it goes, man. Listen, you might have ADD. I'm not knocking your inability to focus on a task. Okay, and that wasn't a low blow. I
You're not taking shots.
I'm not taking shots. I believe it. If you are upset that I was fidgety during a movie that was 3 hours long, you don't have enough empathy for a hyperactive human being. That's what I'm saying.
But what's fidgety? Like I shake my
so
leg.
Here's
and
what
shit.
happens. Here's
shake
what
my
happens.
leg right now.
I got a little leg shaky too, and then I would stop because I remember.
This.
Whatever
this is.
Here's how it goes. Here's how it goes. I walk in. I have a Chipotle burrito tucked in my waistband. That's
Crazy.
not
And not in the front half either, by the way. It's on his ass.
Yeah, I put it in my back waistband.
You had a butt burrito?
So
Yeah, he brought it in. I was kind of like bold to put it in the back. Dude.
I had a butt burrito. And well, here's the deal. He came at 1:00 to get me for a 1:20 movie, which is totally fine. And I had the thought, I haven't eaten, and we're gonna have to rush home. We're gonna have to do the podcast. I haven't eaten. I won't get to eat. Then I'll have to go from here to my home group, and then I won't get to eat till 8. So I was like, it's right across the street from Chipotle. I'll get a Chipotle burrito to go. I'll tuck that fucking thing in my pants. Nobody will question me. I'll eat the burrito in fucking peace. And I did. We got in the movie. I also brought some candy that I stole from the green room of Dania Beach, and I brought it here. No, not Dania, Bricktown. And I had a nice little meal. I don't see anything wrong with that. After the burrito is when the fidgeting starts. So the problem happened immediately when I started dropping shit. I dropped. So
I
I'm
would
not.
hate
Dude, so
I would
Dude,
hate you.
he's checking his phone, then drops it, then picks it
No,
up, and then
no,
pulls
no.
out a fucking candy in like a
So-
Snickers bar and
so-
drops that. In
No. I don't want your rendition of it. I'm gonna tell the people.
I'm not kidding you. I would move away from it.
I'm gonna tell you can't reserve seats, player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is what happened. So I get seated. I finished the burrito 2 seconds before they started. So I ball up the trash. I put it under the seat. At the end, I picked it all up and threw it away, just so that everybody knows that. I then go, time for something sweet. You know, my belongings were falling out of my pocket. I took my phone out to put in the cup holder. Turns out the cup holder isn't big enough. It fell into the darkness immediately. Because as soon as I put the burrito and stuff up, the lights went down. The movie started. So the phone fell.
Damn, you housed a burrito in the previews?
I housed a burrito in probably
During the dog shit
matter of like
trailers.
6 minutes
Yeah.
of like dog shit Nicolas Cage
Nothing
movies.
looks good.
Grandpa's an assassin. Whatever,
Wow,
dude.
whoa, we haven't
Yeah.
seen this play out before.
So
I bet in the end everything is all right.
I bet it is. So I drop my phone. I have to get that. In the matter of dropping my phone, my candy falls out of my pocket and slides in between the cushions and under the seats all the way at the back.
You lean over to get the candy and your pants fall down.
And then his dick popped out. He had to jerk it at
Yeah,
that
I
point,
know.
you know.
So then there's cum everywhere, and yeah. So I have to find the phone, and then I have to use the phone light, flashlight, to find my candy under the seat. I found my candy.
You're just a
I
nightmare
put my
movie
phone up.
theater.
I start eating the candy. I feel like after that, I was probably tranquil for probably a good 40 minutes. Tranquil as I can be. I also just got my chest. I finished yesterday, so I have Sanoderm on, which is like a sticky cling wrap, and it's uncomfortable. So I'm just like moving around. I also have a crick in my neck, so I'm kind of just like
It's also
stretching my
sick.
neck
I
a
mean,
little bit.
Thank God we were in the very back.
I'm
dude.
also a big fucking guy,
that
and
makes
it's
it
annoying.
seem worse, to be honest.
I know, of
'Cause you're like-
course.
and I'm like feeling it. I'm like feeling. You're not even touching me, and I'm.
I
feeling
know
your bit.
exactly. And listen, dude. I mean, this is
Thank
my
God
life.
we're in the back row, dude.
This is my life, and it's fine. I've accepted it. People hate me because people hate me.
You in a movie theater.
People hate
There's
me in
also-
movie theaters. People
I'm,
hate
like,
me at concerts.
hypersensitive
What can I do?
to sound? And I'm because of my ADHD. It's very difficult for me to focus on
ADD.
something. Nope, ADHD.
I don't believe you.
When I don't know how to like
Kiss,
prove it
kiss,
to
kiss,
you.
kiss, 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 kiss.
My focus is like really easily broken, and it's hard to get back. So like if I'm in a movie theater and someone like whips out a phone or does whatever, it's like, fuck, like I'm out of the movie now. It drives me nuts.
I had the same thing happen. I had the same feeling happen because my phone started ringing when you called me right at the very end. It was like this, everything was wrapping up and I could feel my phone vibrating and I was like, oh fuck, I'm watching a movie. Like you know what I'm saying? I was like,
It took
so
you out of
into
the
it.
trance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fine because I was getting scared anyways.
Some dude pulled his phone out. I don't remember what movie it was. This was years ago. Some dude answered his phone, and the woman behind him goes, "You've got to be fucking kidding, right?"
Yeah.
And it was so good. I
So,
loved it.
Yeah. See, here's the deal. If there's like a couple levels, there's the well-behaved moviegoer. Josh is great. Josh changed positions maybe 4 times throughout the whole. He would
I'm a Doberman, dude.
his
I
right
sit in that
his
doing
right
this whole-
leg was over his left leg at one point, and then he would switch his left leg over his right.
I'm right there with you.
All he did.
Mhm.
So that's crazy to me.
First
off,
that's normal. That's good boy behavior.
That's not ADHD behavior. Anyways,
That's good boy behavior.
So he was great. And then I think I fall into the second one, but I'm closer to the third, which is not good, right? A little distracted, not noisy, but candy has to get open somehow. You know what I mean? I check my phone. The brightness is all the way down, so unless you can see it and you can look at it, it's not illuminating the fucking row. But then there's the third level, and here's the deal. I'm not justifying level 2. Level 2 is not good.
Dude, you're level 3.
I'm not
bro.
level 3. You
Level
haven't let me
2 is
describe
different
level
to
3.
me, dude.
What's level 2 to you?
Level 2 to me is like somebody who moves a lot and like eats nachos and popcorn throughout the whole thing. Level 3 is pulling your phone out.
You
level
think
3 is
so?
candy wrappers and moving.
Yeah.
And level 3 is
Wait.
phone out.
Wait. How is I'm actually getting upset. How is opening a candy in a movie, by the way?
Yeah.
The same as how is that not in the same category as somebody loudly eating nachos and moving
It
around?
is the same.
But
It's the
you
same.
just
I'm
said
saying-
that it's
no, I'm
level
saying-
3.
No. I'm saying pulling your phone out's level 3.
Yeah.
Level 2 is eating and being distracting and moving a little bit. That's level 2. Level 3 is
I
phone
think-
screen comes out.
I think pulling out. I think here's how I feel about it, and I realize that I'm biased because I'm pissed off right now. Level 2.
Ask Matt how Oppenheimer is. He doesn't know.
It was great. I guarantee you, if we're talking my eyes on the screen and we're taking away the 30-second bathroom trip I went, I bet maybe all in all I missed a minute and a half of looking at the screen with phone
Didn't
time.
miss that girl's titties though. Those were
I
nice.
sure did not. Those were
were
good.
nice. Those were
And
nice.
it was nice. It was a nice body.
Surprising. That girl always has her
Um,
titties out in movies, by the way.
Does she?
Yeah,
I have
have
to
you
look
seen
into that.
Midsummer? She's in them.
Oh yeah,
It's come
yeah.
out, Midsummer.
So
The main girl from it.
yeah, so I think that it's a star-studded cast, by the way. I think
Gordon
that
Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay plays a Nazi. It's
Gordon
crazy.
Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is a scientist.
Shaq's in there.
Shaq,
Yeah.
dude, Shaq. That would be. They talk about like the.
You're
ser-
not gonna like what they did to Shaq.
dude, Shaq in it, like they're doing the
Shaq,
detonation.
just seeing Shaq would have been enough to deter the Nazis. They would have
Oh,
just been like, we can't fucking.
Well, yeah, dude.
We can't
It would be
trap
so
that
funny.
guy.
It would be such a funny moment just for like they're doing the cutaways where they're about when the bomb is about to go off, and it's like you see it in the trailer where it's like the timer's ticking down. It'd be so funny to just randomly cut to Shaq in the room too for no context, just and they're like waiting for it to go off
In like
and
a
it's just,
general
Yeah,
uniform?
it's just Shaq.
This
for
turns
no
out to
reason.
be a general insurance company fucking commercial.
I'm pitching this to all movie studios. Shaq-O-Vision.
Yeah.
Every movie you just digitally insert Shaq.
Shaq for
I
no
like that.
reason at
in
any point.
moment, and you could just re-release movies. The Shaq,
The
like
Shaq
the Shaq cut.
The Shaq cut of Shawshank Redemption. It's
That'd be
just like
so
for
sick.
2 seconds. he's
Someone
in it.
got to save the Jews. I love that.
Schindler's List, but Shaq's.
Yeah. Shaq's List.
Shaq's List.
Yeah.
Number 1, Shaq. Number 2, Hakeem. That's Shaq's List.
I would like to define level 3 just while I still have it on my mind, and then we can move on.
Level 3 of the movie going.
Yes,
situation.
because you're describing me as level 3, but there's a level of
there's worse than you.
there's way worse than me, dude.
There's answering the phone level 4.
answer the phone
Baby
is
5.
Answer the phone is the most disrespectful thing you can do in a movie. It's crazy.
I think bringing a baby to a movie.
Bringing a baby to a
That's
movie that
nuts.
isn't meant for bringing a baby to a movie. Period. Babies can't watch movies. Bringing a toddler to a movie is fine if it's a
If it's a
movie.
children's movie.
But-
I saw Alien versus Predator when I was like 12.
There's a fucking baby in it.
There was a baby in it.
That's crazy.
And everybody booed the parents so much that they left.
Of
like
course,
halfway
they
through the
should.
movie.
They should, of
It was,
course.
dude. If you can't afford a sitter, you can't afford a movie.
Even if your baby is at a movie that's for toddlers, if they are crying, they have to leave.
they gotta go.
They have to leave, or I'm gonna bowl it down the fucking aisle through those big swinging doors. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Do you remember the first time you found out that the exits you can just like walk outside from the theater? I don't know if it's at all theaters, but the theater in my hometown, there's an exit, and then you can go through like the normal way that you're supposed to, but there's like an emergency exit. If you could just walk out there and you just be in the parking lot.
We
It
were
blew
told
my mind.
that the
alarm.
exits, they were like, there's 2 exits in the back that go straight to the parking lot, and we were told that by the manager of the movie theater as we were seeing Joker, because I think they were scared.
They go, and everybody underneath your
just,
seats,
just in case
there
you
is
need
a
to get out
Glock.
of here. Yeah, just in case you need to leave.
There's 2 rounds in the Glock. You get 2 shots.
How do we feel about somebody?
I don't like it, shooting a movie theater. Not a fan.
No.
I don't like that.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Josh?
anti that. I'm anti that.
You're
Depends on the
anti
movie.
that?
Yeah,
Depends on the movie.
I'm not a big fan.
So, somebody talking. Somebody talking. Period is really
Don't
annoying,
like it.
right? Of course. Somebody who doesn't have the decency to make their voice like this at the very least, but they're kind of just like this. They lowered their tone, but they're not doing the whisper voice. Oh, dude, there was a couple behind me when I saw Black Panther, and dude, they talked you wouldn't have guessed it.
Come on, dude.
I mean, dead serious too. And they talked the entire time to the point where at one point I like sat up on the edge of my seat and turned around and just stared at them until they stopped. And as soon as I turned around, they kept going.
It's
Even
so
if
crazy
you're
to
talking
me.
about the movie,
It bothers me so. It's like, why do you go to a movie theater to talk? It drives me fucking nuts. I saw Arrival, which is such a good movie.
That's such a good movie. That's the one with that redheaded girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Rachel.
oh,
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. I was
But
gonna say Rachel
there was
McAdams.
like an old couple in front of me, and like anytime something crazy would happen, like the spaceship like landed, and the old lady was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Hey, shush!" And she was like, "Oh." I was like,
Arrival's
"Yo."
a great.
but
That
see,
movie's so good.
but that's just somebody enjoying the
The
movie.
language
Shut
is
the
time,
fuck up.
dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so you have a very stern like.
You would think
rule-
Jeff is from New York.
Like,
New
it's-
York people are aggressive like
It's
that.
like you have
I don't like it.
the utmost like when it comes to like what a good moviegoer is, you're as strict as it gets.
I want to see the movie. I don't want to be. This is why I also like Oppenheimer will be the first movie I see in theaters, and probably I saw Top Gun Maverick, and that was the first movie I saw since probably like 2018.
Jesus, dude, you're such a white American.
Hell yeah, yeah.
The only 2 movies I've seen in
or the
last-
propaganda.
are Top Gun Maverick and Oppenheimer,
and
dude.
Song of Freedom.
Yeah.
Why is everyone upset about that? It's like about somebody getting BF.
I think what it's about, and this is so. What's
It's about,
it called?
like,
Sorry,
child-
it's
child trafficking.
It's
No,
about
I don't wanna
child
watch that, then.
trafficking. It's probably very sad. The whole thing about it was that there were many major production companies that that had the rights to it or the opportunity to publish it at some point, and they never did. So whoever made it, who I think was it Mel Gibson?
It's Henry Cavill, the guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ.
So he released it somewhat independently.
Passion of the Christ sucks.
I never watched it. I was too
My
young.
mom cried watching it.
That
Of course
movie
they did, bro.
stinks.
That's a movie for like moms.
It's a 2-hour snuff film. That movie fucking sucks. Anybody who's like, it was powerful. It's like, no, you're just a fucking idiot. That movie stinks.
Or they're
dude.
just a Christian. That's all it is. There was two sects because I was in Catholic schools at the time. There were
I
two,
was in Christian school at the time.
Yeah, so there was a group of Catholics / Christians, whatever, who were like, it's they should never have made this. This is blasphemy. Blah 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 blah. And then there were.
Oh,
shit,
the
bro.
a man down, bro.
Yeah, dude, that chair almost broke on me. And then there was the other side of it that was like, it's moving. It's so amazing to see what Christ did for our sins.
Yes,
It's like these are actors getting paid money. What are you talking about?
It's also just 2 hours of a guy getting the shit kicked out of him. It's not a good movie. You know how it ends. You know what it is. And it's just a dude like getting whipped. For the whipping scene is 45 minutes. And it's just a dude whipping him and him like screaming in agony. And it's like, this isn't good. This isn't good cinema. This sucks. I get it. But it's like, this is
have
not
you seen,
fun to watch.
Yeah, just like compare that to like a great movie like Step Brothers, and it's like not even on the same level.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I'd rather watch Step Brothers.
1,000%. Step Brothers is great.
It's like everyone
Christ,
talks
dude.
about how good Passion of the Christ is. It's like, dude, have you ever seen Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2?
Yeah, dude. We need to figure out. We should come up with a movie. Let's write a movie right now, dude. What would be a good movie?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3.
3.
Starring Eddie Murphy.
I think. You know what
I think it was George Lopez.
I think a funny idea. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a Chihuahua.
I don't know.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3. Here we go.
Starring Carlos.
Starring Carlos. Hey.
I got a diaper.
Hey, my
I
name.
can't do accents.
Yeah, dude.
I just did a-
We were trying to do a
Yeah.
Hispanic accent, and you went, "I got a diaper."
Hey, that's all I can do. Hey.
Oh God, that was
I think a
bad.
good idea for a movie. I have a scene. I don't know how to do it. I don't think it's actually that good as I'm thinking of it. But I think it'd be funny to see like dudes from the Revolutionary War trying to do a drive-by with a cannon in like a van. I think that'd be funny to try to
The
time it
van
up.
would like as
Yeah,
soon as you
yeah,
fired it, the van would spin out.
and they miss, and then there'd be. You see, this is basic. Basic movie. Like if you want to write a comedy, all you have to do is create a scenario in which like a character shouldn't be having what happen to him. That's all comedy is the wrong thing happening
Yeah,
in
you
the wrong
heard it
situation.
here first.
Right, dude, think about it, dude. Why is the scene with Step Brothers funny when he pulls his balls on the drum set? You're not supposed to do that, dude.
Well, yeah, of course. I
Comedy,
mean,
Comedy,
101, dude.
Damn, dude.
Have
did
you
we
even seen
just-
those Bill Hader clips going around
did
where
we
he's
just-
like talking about like the writing processes and shit, and they're going super viral? Clip that out and put that one out, dude. The
Yeah.
reason the drum set scene and
Hey,
put
Wait,
Hey,
but what are
the-
you saying about Bill Hader?
The
No,
finale
I'm saying
of
he's
Barry
he's
was
smart. He's
decent
very
at
intelligent.
best.
Yeah.
But what's he saying?
Oh,
You
he's
didn't
saying
finish
he's got
the
like rules.
sentence.
Oh, I didn't know if you'd familiar, but he's been putting out like writing rules. Like if you send something to your friend and they say something's wrong, something is wrong, but their correction for it is never going to be right. So it's like if you say his examples, like if you say something's weird going on between a wife and a husband, but you should do it this way. What he says, you should take that advice. You should say there is something wrong with the husband's relationship with the wife that needs to be worked out, but don't listen to what they have to say about it.
Okay.
So does that make sense? Like they're pointing
Yeah.
out the things that are obvious. Don't use their corrections.
Which is why I don't use anyone's tags.
Yeah,
Fuck
because
you.
a lot of times it'll be people coming
Yeah,
up to
you
me and
do.
being like,
Whose tags do I use?
Josh is giving you shit.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. You just have to have somebody who you respect give you one.
That's
Who,
true.
by the way, is almost never who wants to help you with your jokes, by the way.
Yeah.
No one who you're like, I think they're an amazing comedian, ever wants
Comes
to be
to
like,
go up to
I
you.
know how to make that joke better. It's always people who cannot make people laugh, who are like, I know I can't do it myself. I can help you, though.
yeah,
It's
dude.
always-
Crazy.
I told Matt about this that happened at a fucking mic. I went up, had a good set, and I was just I had no new material, so I was just having fun. And some kid who's been doing it for like 2 months, like, you should just do that every time. Like, and I was like, how about I just continue to do what I'm doing, man? How about you fucking come out once a year again?
You should
Who
just
was this?
riff.
A kid that I don't even know his name.
Yeah,
You'd
he
know
tried
him
to describe him to me, and he has like
you would
white
know him.
guy.
He's just like a white guy
See?
in a button-up shirt. Like you would know him if you saw
He
him.
described
maybe.
what he looked like that night too, which was funny.
He was like a
He was
melt.
like this
like,
white
he's like in a
guy. He was
button-down
wearing a
shirt,
buttoned
like-
up shirt.
That's
like-
exactly. That's the only way I can describe him. He doesn't have you know those people that don't look like there's people who have nothing unique about him. It's just him.
Sure, yeah.
Just like a white guy with like black hair.
Just know. If
Picture a white guy with black hair. You got him.
Chances are, if you've ever offered me a tag or a punchline for a joke, I've gone, yeah, I'll think about that, and then I've walked away and went, I'm fucking never doing that.
Well, yeah.
I've always said,
goes.
yeah, maybe that'll work. Anytime I walk away, I'm like, fuck.
And
no.
you want to know what? You're not even lying. Maybe it would work. Maybe.
I won't try it.
I'm just not gonna try it. Sometimes people, dude, I don't want to get into that because I have to tell you the specific person to. But they basically what they did. Well, turn it off. They basically took it was my gay bar joke, and it was when I had just finished getting it all together, and it was doing well. It does well. It's a good enough joke, right? And the punchline is what the punchline is, but because of the way I do it, I get like 2. You know how I do it? So I let him. That's it. And then I do one at the end where I go, he's not a liar. Yeah, that. So I get 2 for the price of 1.
A twofer.
That both work really well. And
he
was like, what if you nixed the first one and made that second one kind of how you reveal it all? And I was like, oh, yeah, I should make 2 jokes, one joke now. That's what cutting fat is to him. He's just like, what if you know how there's normally 3 laughs in that joke? What if you made it 1 laugh that sounded the exact same? Dude, what are you talking about?
That's really good for pacing too, because that's kind of a long joke. So if you could string them along with no laughs all the way until the end.
What I might do is just cut out everything that's funny in the joke, and then
just make. You know what you could do? Just head talk it. Just do it.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to make a point.
Have you ever thought about maybe working in Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven?
The Raven, dude. And quote the Raven
Because
nevermore.
if at the end of that joke you say evermore, people will put that together.
There's a certain comic out here who always will do a joke and go, Fort Lauderdale, they just don't get. I guess you guys just don't get my Shakespeare references.
Yeah, dude.
How about you talk about Pretty Woman some more?
Yeah, nobody cares about your dirty dancing bit, you fucking old hack.
That shit's so funny to me when people are just like, I guess no one's ever seen Bridge Over the River Kwai. It's like, yeah, dude. No one has.
Oh, fuck.
And even if they have, it's like the chances of like everyone in this room not only have seen it, but familiar enough to get the bit.
Right,
to get the
exactly.
reference. It's just like it's crazy.
So you guys remember this 2-decade-old movie and the plot perfectly, right? Yeah. Also, do you remember some background on the actress, not the character they play, the actress's life specifically? Okay, good, because boy, do I have a bad joke about it.
Boy, am I going to make you go. Okay.
But that's good. Boy, am I going to make you be like, all right.
Okay, let's do it.
You're making a point.
Let's fucking get
That's
to
good,
it,
dude. I should just do a set where
You're
I
all
just
familiar
make
with
points.
Dorothy Hamill? No.
I actually don't know who Dorothy Hamill is.
I think it's a person I just made up, but it might
Sounds
be an
real.
actress too.
You guys know Buster Screws, right?
Oh, yeah. We all
Buster
know.
Screws?
Buster Scrooge. What's that movie?
You mean Buster Scruggs?
Scrooge.
No.
Buster Scrooge, the movie.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
You thought... Bro, I thought you were making up a name. That's why I said Buster Scruggs. That Buster Scruggs sounds like a baseball player in the 30s. You telling me you thought Ebenezer Scrooge's name was Buster?
No, there's a Netflix thing. Buster Scruggs.
I'm busting
the
up.
Ballad of Buster something.
He does Buster Scrooge's accent. He's like, hey, I'm busting up Christmas here.
Hey, I'm ruining Christmas here.
Hey, don't be happy around me.
Hey, I can still do this voice for a
You
little
know, we
while.
call your sister the ghost of Christmas ass.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, man.
You think the first guy that invented the mustache walked out and was like,
Everyone's like, no.
That is kind of a funny thought. It's
first guy with a
crazy to think
mustache.
that there's a first for everything,
Yeah.
which is a crazy thought. But yeah, like there was a moment in time
He was like-
where everybody just had whatever facial hair grew.
The first guy with a mohawk, somebody just like started shaving, and then he saw the strip down the middle, and he was like, you know what? Leave it.
Hold on.
he goes, what if I dye this pink and spike it
It's-
and be 40?
I know a guy like that.
Everybody knows a guy like that.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think that's the worst.
Yeah, I've been in a Sunoco.
I mean, like, personally, the
The
guy who
worst-
I know, he's a good person.
The worst haircut you can have as an adult man is Liberty Spikes. When you
No.
you straighten it out and dye it different colors and wear like wristbands with
No.
spikes on them, that's the worst.
I
person.
would rather
I
end up
agree.
being that guy than the guy who completely and totally unironically doesn't go mohawk, but goes faux hawk.
That's up there.
Because
the
here's the
shirts,
thing.
The affliction shirts add a tier to it. Though.
Here's the
There's-
thing, dude. The guy, at least that guy is in some sort of lifestyle. He's passionate enough to shave each side of his head. The guy who can't commit to a full mohawk and just does the middle, but he's like, I got to leave the sides because I got to go into work on Monday. That guy's a pussy and he looks like an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
the Liberty Spikes just add a level of like.
I'll tell you what. I've seen dudes with fro hawks, and I don't want to be friends with them, but I also don't want to leave a room because they're there. Liberty
Yeah.
Spikes, I'm like,
Liberty
oh,
Spikes are like.
anywhere you are, I shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's like if you see a guy. If we were hanging out.
That's a cultural difference for you, though.
If I was at
Yeah.
a party and I saw a guy with Liberty Spikes, I would go, where am I?
Well, I will say this. There's
Mohawk,
a,
I would go, I'm in
there's
Mason
a-
City, Iowa.
Yeah.
There's a lot higher chance that a guy who has Liberty Spikes in his 40s thinks that 15-year-old girls are hot. That's for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas the guy with the faux hawk and the affliction shirt, he doesn't think 15-year-olds are hot, but he thinks 18-year-olds and strictly 18-year-olds are hot as fuck.
Yeah, he goes
You
to
know
the
what I-
He goes to the Applebee's and then flirts a little too much with the waitresses.
Yes.
He's like, when do you
So,
graduate?
Like the guy with
Here's
the guy with the
20.
Liberty Spikes goes to punk shows and like hits on like obviously underage girls with the guys of they let him in the show. The guy with the faux hawk, he goes to the strip club and flirts with like the blonde, big-titted 18-year-old
I don't.
because he's allowed to.
It's legal. Yeah, dude. Fuck anybody with not my haircut, dude. That's basically what it gets down
I don't
to.
have your haircut, and Jeff doesn't have
You
your
kind of have
haircut.
similar enough to my haircut.
I do have a similar enough haircut. Jeff, what's your?
Dude, have you seen that guy on the Patreon, Aegon's fucking profile photo on the Patreon?
What was that?
His name is Aegon on the fucking Patreon. It's so
Is he one of
funny.
our? He's one of our Patreon
Yeah, he's one
members.
of the Patreon members, and he fight AI Jeff with like long hair and like a big beard. He looks like Jesus.
No, why
It's
haven't you
so
shown us this?
I
fucking
haven't
funny,
seen
dude. I didn't know if you guys have been checking on the Patreon. Check on the Patreon.
I
dude.
check
It's
on the
fun
Patreon,
there.
but I don't check on like the
Yeah, dude,
specific people. I
hilarious,
look at the
dude.
numbers. wanna
Hilarious.
see
Also,
them.
who came? Do we know the guys who came to our show, dude? They came. If you come to our shows and you're wearing our merch, dude,
Yeah,
let's fucking
John,
go,
right?
dude.
I can find his name real quick.
Yeah, dude. We'll post. I'm gonna post.
We're
that
gonna
photo.
post a picture of them.
He like
for
made
sure.
a Instagram just to tell us that we sent him the wrong size.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Well, we
yeah, well
didn't,
we did.
but
The merch
yeah.
company.
The merch
But,
company
dude,
did.
Yeah,
we,
dude.
we fixed
Come
it.
out to our shows, dude. We had so much fun at the Dania Improv, dude. It was so fun.
Yeah, dude, it really was. Dude. That was by far the best show we've done in
At
Dania.
Dania, dude. Fucking
Yeah,
fire.
definitely.
330 people or whatever it was, dude.
On
Woo-wee.
Instagram, it's John Hancock. I don't know if that's really his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
That can't
Oh,
be
that's-
right. You should DM him and get his. He might not want to give you his info though, if that's what he made his Instagram.
Yeah, I
name.
think he just made because I think he just wanted to be like, hey,
John Hancock. If
Shut
you're
up.
watching, and we know that you are, obviously, you're a good enough girl to buy our shirts. Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your
Brother?
friend, who I imagine is
Brother.
also brother,
Mhm.
who I imagine is also a good girl. So
Also, put your RuneScape name in and I'll play with you, dude. He said he has.
He plays RuneScape?
Yeah. I'll play with any of you guys. You guys fucking play RuneScape. You play old school RuneScape. You fucking let me know, dude.
if any fans ever want to play golf with me, I probably won't play with you, but
Dude, I told him this. I have a friend that I go to the gym with, and he was just talking to me today at the gym. And he goes, "Do you know like some guy, like some comics at like the Hard Rock today? I was just playing golf. I was like working with him today. I was being his caddy at the golf course. He was like, it's like Sebastian something, and I was like, what? He was
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He played golf. He played like 18 holes with him, and just like hung out with him all morning. And then was
That's
like,
pretty sick.
And I was like, do you have his like? Does he need somebody to come and bomb for 10 minutes?
yeah, yeah. Sebastian Maniscalco needs an opener.
I was
He
like,
came
dude,
to Florida to perform at the
well,
Hard
of
Rock
course,
with
dude.
no opener.
If I could weasel my way
Hilarious.
in, dude, I'd be like, what's going on? I'd fucking follow the Triple F podcast.
You know what I can assure you? His crowd would hate us.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's a
Just
very
a-
clean, animated guy.
yeah.
oh, my mom's Italian.
I will say this: I watched him
I
for like.
nailed the accents.
I watched him for like when I was at the store. They leave the door to the main room open, so there's like a hallway. One there's like a hallway. The right side goes into like the kitchen. The end of the hall is the main room, and then the OR is here, and then you can go upstairs to the belly room. And they just leave it wide open. So I just stood there and watched like 5 minutes of him growing up was really funny.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
It was like the thing where it's like, I mean, obviously he's good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Not arguable at all.
It's
But
not
like,
my size.
I've watched, dude,
It's
the
such a
fucking,
funny
that's
bit,
such a
dude.
good bit. But I've watched his, like, I don't think I watched his most recent special, but I watched the one before that, and I was like, you get what the thing is, but then you watch it in person and you're like, oh right, dude, you're great.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah, dude, the bit about him shopping at TJ Maxx or Ross
so
and like
funny.
everything being on
Just
the floor.
downtown Baghdad. You're down there.
Yeah.
People are like, what is
He's
this?
like,
This is not my
it
size.
looks like downtown Beirut. That's how he does it. And he's like, how are people shopping there? Just like, oh, this isn't my size. And he does like a huge running throw. Just
Like a
very funny.
javelin
For somebody
throw.
who shopped at Ross quite a bit in his life, it's
We all
a...
shopped at Ross. Ross is a great
Ross is
resort.
the shit,
Matt Ross
dude.
shops at Ross, dude.
What do you, everybody I knew in middle school?
What are you fucking Matt Ross, dude? What do you own it?
I've told people that for a while. We got 5 minutes? Wow.
you
that went
brag
quick.
about it to your friends? What's a funny brag that you used to make that you used to lie about? You know what I used to lie about? I had a jester hat. Like when I
Well,
was
you
like,
and Mike, you got it out here.
I got it like
Here,
this. I'm
yeah.
fucking eating like corn on
you're-
the cob.
Yeah, not like corn on the cob, like a corn dog.
Like a corn dog.
Corn dog, not corn cob.
Yeah. But I used to tell people when I was in kindergarten, I had like a. Have you ever seen like those jester hats that with like the winter hats? I had one of those, and I told everyone that I got it hand delivered to me by Santa,
Nice.
and I lied about it. I knew I didn't, but I wanted
That's a
everyone
pretty
to
sick
believe.
lie.
We knew you didn't either. Because, Santa and all.
Dude, chill, dude.
Do you guys remember finding out Santa Claus wasn't real?
No,
I don't either.
I don't
I don't have a
like
catalyst. Like it
specific
wasn't
memory.
it wasn't like Timmy broke the news. It was just like one
No,
day.
I don't remember it either. And like I was with some friends the other day who were talking about how they remember like learning, and like it's like a trope in just existence of like, don't tell them whatever. I don't ever remember learning that any of that shit wasn't real. I just
You just jack off one day and you go, oh.
I do think that's what happens. I think like at a certain point you see a pair of tits and your dick gets hard and you go, Santa's not real.
Yeah, dude. You get post-nut clarity for the first time and you go, dude, everybody lied.
The very first post-nut clarity that you get is realizing that Santa isn't real.
you go,
That's
you go,
so
oh,
good.
and then you go, wait a second, where the fuck are my teeth at?
Yeah.
What did my mom do with my teeth? That's weird as hell.
That's
dude.
weird,
How did they get
yeah.
away with it? How did they sneak their teeth out? Your parents.
Kids
You're
sleep like a
sleeping.
motherfucker, man.
You knocked out hard.
I
Yeah,
think
dude.
so.
That's a
When
risky move,
When you're
dude.
when you're old enough to be losing your baby teeth, you go to bed at like 8 o'clock.
You gotta really be like,
That's dude. When you're losing your baby teeth, you're at that age. You ever see like a mother in public carrying around what looks like a dead child at like 7
you're
p.m.
just passing out.
And you're like, how the fuck is that kid asleep? Its head's like fucking waddling all over the fucking place while they're
Yeah.
walking through
That's
Walmart.
that no care in the
That's
world
the
shit.
level.
you gotta be
that
like, dude, you
at.
gotta be like. No, dude,
The
I feel like you
way-
got to be like Ocean's 11 and they're like dodging the lasers and like
Nah, dude.
slightly
Kids-
pulling out the
No,
teeth and putting the
dude,
dollar
no.
in.
When the weight of the world hasn't hit you yet, you can sleep really good.
And then when it does hit, you can get
Yeah.
depressed and sleep really good too.
No, it's still
Yeah.
not good sleep though.
It's good sleep.
You think depression sleep? Hits?
Depression sleep hits me hard, dude. I'll wake up sometimes and be like, "What day is it?" And it'll
Depression
be
sleep for me is like I don't stop sleeping.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it
Like,
feels
I
great.
Wake up and then I'm like tired again by like 1 p.m.
I
and
used to
then-
not take naps, and then I started getting depressed, and I was like, "Oh, naps are amazing because I don't have
Yeah.
to be in
You're
existence."
like, oh, I can fast forward closer to death all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a nap is just me getting close. Yeah, it's
It's
just
just fast forwarding through a day. You're like, I don't want to live anymore, but I don't want to kill myself. So if I could just speed this,
if I could just
process
go.
up.
That's a weird place to be in, where you're like, I don't want to be alive, but I don't necessarily want to die.
Existentialism, baby.
Is that existentialism?
Mhm.
I don't know what that. I don't know.
There's a you would really like our boy what's his name, Waco, John. What's his name? There's a fucking who if you're smart in the comments and went to
What are you
college, talk about
talking
him.
about?
There's an author who talks all about it.
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah. One cat, two cat,
Yeah.
red cat, blue cat.
Yeah.
Who dat?
Fish.
Who dat?
Who that? Who that?
One cat, two cat. Yo, bitch,
Yo,
Fat.
bitch, blew that.
yo, bitch, blew that. Whole crew do that.
Damn, dude, I should have gone to fucking college, bro. I feel so left out of this conversation.
Yeah, because if you would have went, you would have known exactly what we're talking
I
about.
should have
right now, dude.
stayed, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
because it's like this and like and then half of it's just like being like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what?
Hood shit 101.
Bukowski would have fucked your bitch. Charles Bukowski.
Hardly know her.
Bukowski. Oppenheimer. I hardly know her. I wanted to say it so goddamn bad all day, but I didn't.
I appreciate your.
But it's not that good. It's not that good of a stretch.
Hitler.
I already know her. Are we?
We're at. We need like one more minute. But at this point, we might as well not. Hey, we watched it. We just recorded a sketch. Go watch that if you haven't already watched it. You can find that at youtube.com/the @ Good Girl Studio. That's a new thing YouTube's making you do is put ats in your fucking username. It's so stupid.
If you look up Good Girl Studio, and if you also just
type in the
if you go type in the scribe, it's like one of the top.
It's
couple
the top. Or
things.
if you go to our Instagrams and you
tell your friends about it.
Linktree.
Send it to your friends.
Or
Send it to
you
your
can
friends.
fucking DM any of us and we'll send it to you.
And join the Patreon, dude. We have a fun little community that's growing there.
Which is what we're about to do right now. And you're
so we're
missing out,
we're gonna do
dumbass.
a whole other episode, and we just got pizza.
Dumb idiot.
Let's go.
And now we got
Did
pizza.
you only get one?
Liz got
Got
pizza.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
See you guys on the
everybody.
next
Bye.
episode of